Today I'm going to show you how I sow my seeds. I've got potting mix at the bottom, I'm going to put seed raising mix on the top. Now the reason I do that is because my seeds will start on the top and then as they grow they will go down and get that nutrients that I put in the potting mix, and it's just going to give me a few extra weeks having them in these trays rather than having to pot them on sooner. So always use good quality seed raising mix and potting mix and seeds. You'll get better results and a higher germination rate from basically superior product. Excellent. So I want to firm that down, just getting out any air pockets that might be in there. Read the back of your seed packet. That will make it much easier for you to make sure you're doing the right thing. Pop it in the water. I'm going to bottom feed mine. Once it's watered, let it free drain. I like to use a little toothpick thing that just helps pick up the seeds and plant them individually. Now always sow a few more than what you're wanting because some might not germinate. If the seed is larger, you can pick it up in your hand, plonk it in like so. But it's a really good trick with the little ones to use a chopstick or a kebab stick. Great. Once I've done that, remember to use a label. It's easy to think you're going to remember what it is at the time, but often later you don't. Now, a good way to raise your seeds is to put it in a mini glass house that you can get at home. So I've got them both in the container. I'm going to pop a little bit of vermiculite on top. This just helps with the germination process. I'm using a plastic container as my mini greenhouse. Put it in a nice sunny spot. This will allow them to keep warm. You want them to stay moist, but you don't want them to be dripping wet. So just evaluate it, look at them every day. Once they start to grow bigger, then you'll want to take them out of the container for a couple of weeks, and then after that pot them on. Good luck! I'm going to show you how I pot on my seedlings. So I have some cosmos here that are ready to be potted on. You don't have to pot them on into such large containers. This is because I know I'm going to leave this in this container for quite a long time. However, you could pot them on into smaller containers. So using potting mix, yes, normally I would wear a mask, but I'm telling you how I do it, so I'm not wearing one right now. Use a good quality potting mix. It is just going to mean that you get better results. I take this little stick. You can use a teaspoon or anything like that. You can buy specialty tools for this. I'm going to go on in and just flick in underneath those roots. Now taking your plant by the leaves, never hold it by the roots or the stem, because if that breaks then the plant is useless. Perfect. Making a little hole in the middle. I've left my soil uncompacted while I'm doing this piece, popping it down into there. Now that I've got my plant in, I'm going to compact the soil around it, just letting that soil give it a wee hug. Fantastic. Like so. Now I'm going to let it bottom water. So in this bucket here I have a little bit of seaweed fertilizer and water. I'm just going to let it soak the water up and into that soil. Once it's done that, I will put it back in my glass house. It's going to stay there for another couple of weeks. If you don't have a glass house, don't worry, you can just use a plastic tub like this without water in it, pop a lid on, and it'll be all sorted. So also don't forget, you will need to label it.